world famous.
You're listening to The Darren Green Show.
Right here.
Welcome again to another great episode of The Darren Green Show. I am your host, Darren Green, and I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Derek Dahl. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
Yes. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Tap the bell to get notified if you're watching on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Follow me at TDGS Media on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to the Patreon page, honey. Okay, just for $2 a month. Okay, you get access to ad-free viewing and more. All this information is in the description. How are you? What's going on? How this week was?
This week was good. It went by really fast.
Yeah.
I feel like I was in a daze for most of it, thanks to tequila. It's been a very strong tequila week.
Tequila.
Yes. Then 420 was this week too. It was a really black ass 420 this year.
You was smoking? You was indulging?
I was doing whatever I wanted to do.
Period.
Any words about it? They call this great.
Right. No, like the edible game this year is just, they've been knocking out the park. I think I had like nerds last night, like a nerd group, a weed nerd group. And then one of my friends, one of my followers was posting like these cinnamon rolls. Like I'm definitely going to buy one. Like,
it's an edible cinnamon roll?
Edible cinnamon rolls with Dunkaroos, cream cheese, icing. Like I was just looking at the screen, like I felt like I was high looking at it, but it could have been a food high. But yeah, it was just it was a week, and then just doing things, playing with my balls.
Whoa! What the heck? Wait. Oh yeah, I did see. I was like, where is this going?
I was like, whoa, playing with you.
Yeah. Right. No, I did see you post about that. So what does it do? Does it calm you down?
So these are for tightening and firming. It works really good with the lymphatic system, your lymph nodes and stuff like it. Pushes the fluid from the face and tightens the skin. It lifts. You put these in the freezer or the refrigerator, and then you take them out. You can use them. You can use them in the shower. You can use them. You can take a nice hot bath, and then just like, I literally rub them under my eyes like every morning or when I wake up. It's great for headaches. Like if you have like tension or like tension headaches.
Not I need those.
And
it's always cool, right?
Like
the face roller, like it's so surprising how it just stays cold.
Yeah. So So I started using these, I think like kind of like week before last. They finally got here. They got here a week of my birthday. And actually I think these arrived on my birthday. I've been using them. I've been showing some of my friends and they've been buying them. So I guess I sell balls now.
Not
So if you want some cold balls, on your face, hit me up. Hit me up on Instagram. You can find my little link and we'll get them to you within 3 days or less.
I cannot with you. Oh my goodness. My week was it was very much the same. Not really much to do. It went by fast though. I'm glad it did. It was I did a Monday episode, which I talked about some things. And after that, it seemed like the week just went fast. Like my classes, like I'm pretty much almost done with those classes. I work on some projects and other stuff as well. So I'm just been chilling, but I'm just happy to announce that as of today, Captain America is black. Are you guys watching the Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Like it was intense.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, even though this was really quick. Like it doesn't feel like it's been 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Like time is really moving by fast. Like now that it's not cold anymore. Well, it's not freezing as it was. Like it's like the sun came out and now time is just
right.
Like it was really good. I almost cried at the end.
Not you almost cried at the end.
when he took him to the museum.
And he finally acknowledged him. Yeah. I felt like that was a good moment. But I also like I like how they got right into it at the last episode. Like he just came up in there with the suit because we all knew last week Oh yeah, Bucky got
He
the
was
costume,
training.
redesigned it. I'm like, yeah. Mm-hmm. And it was done by the Wakandans. So try ripping those wings off.
Right.
But no, it was a good watch. It was definitely a good watch. I like how Marvel makes you empathize with the villains because we know the girl that ran that terrorist group, or I guess we can't call it a terrorist group. It was a group that was trying to reform
The
things.
revolutionaries.
Revolutionaries. Okay, it's not black and white. You know what I'm saying? Like these are not just evil people. They're trying to make change, and they feel that their way is the right way. Same thing with Thanos. I mean, Thanos really thought that if you destroy half of the universe, the entire universe will have enough resources to live and survive because of this if the universe is overpopulated, then it makes problem whatever. I mean, that theory could be true, but
you gotta kill the folks like roaches.
You said you gotta kill the folks like roaches.
We're overrun.
Mm-hmm. Another thing that I found was very interesting is now Apple Podcasts is starting a premium subscription option. I was like, wow, okay. I did some research on it because I was like, I investigated because it's Apple Podcasts. What's going on with that?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna offer like premium listenership. So it's like ad-free viewing. It's almost like Patreon, but it's like on the app. But the only issue that I had with it was just that they said you got to pay like $19. You got to pay for it like $19 or $20 a month or whatever. I'm like, we'll look into that in a little bit because I'm like, honey, Patreon is free. I don't know why y'all saying that. And they take a percentage of the people that pay monthly. I'm like, we'll see. But I'm here for the new analytics. I seen that Apple Podcasts Connect is like, it's the dashboard part of that application. You can see analytics through Apple Podcasts. So I think that it's I'll see what is given this time because sometimes analytics was a little shaky back then. But I digress. I don't want to talk about the behind the scenes of the show and
business. Right.
It's businesses. Yeah, I know. Well, I love to openly talk about
it. Tea, honey. What's going on in the world?
What's going on in the world? Well,
tell Uncle
we had some positive news.
On the porch.
We had some positive news this week. Derek Chauvin has been found guilty on one count of unintentional second-degree murder. He was also guilty on count 2, third-degree murder, and guilty on count 3, second-degree manslaughter. How are we doing with this news? How are you feeling?
That happened on 420. It was an amazing turn of events. It was good. I mean, a guilty verdict. It's a step in the right direction, but it's still not enough for policy change and change of practicing as far as terms of policing and just making sure that we hold people accountable and that no one is above the law. I think what we witnessed during this trial was the blue wall kind of crumble for the first time in like our history, like watching cops say this was wrong, like this was wrong, we took it too far, and we're willing to take it on the stand to testify to that. And the look on his face when they were reading out the verdict, he was like, wait a minute, I'm a white cop in America.
Not your privilege declined.
He was like, wait a minute. Literally, it was like, I was like, wait, what?
About it, they call this great.
So it feels good that that George Floyd's family did get justice. So I
love the family's response when they see. Yeah, it was a real empowering moment. DeRay McKesson also said something that was interesting too. Is like, I'm glad that we about the news or whatever, but the work is still, you know.
Yeah, you always have to have the party pooper. Like, okay, we excited for now, but we got to.
I mean, I didn't take it as a party pooper. I just felt like it was like, yeah, it's cool because there was other people that echoed the same thing.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, that's what I said. I let off with. The guilty verdict it's still not enough, but there are policy changes that need to take place and some change of practice throughout policing in our country. So this was a great start.
This is a great start.
Lives matter because we proved that the movement does matter, and you can change things when people stick together. When we get loud, and sometimes, not pro rioting, but like sometimes you just got to burn shit down. America respects property and money, and when you step in between that, outside of the human aspect of it, like things are going to change. It's always been that way. So
we love to see it.
But we couldn't take too much of a sigh of relief, because that same day, there was another police-involved shooting. I think she's 15 or 16.
She was 16 years old.
16-year-old girl, Kyle Bryant. Yeah. So that kind of came as like a downer. But the fight isn't over. It's a marathon, not a race. So you just have to take one relay at a time.
Right. And just because you brought her up, that happened like the same day. Like literally right after we got the news of, Derek Chauvin.
Right.
But like, it was an interesting story though, because this stirred up a lot of conversation. So what was reported was that she was shot and killed by police officer Nicholas Reedon. And Micaiah was the one that called the cops because she was getting jumped.
Okay.
And when, in defense, she had a knife in her hand, trying to defend herself. By the time the cops came, the cops shot her because she looked like she was the aggressor.
Because she had a knife.
Because she had a knife.
She had a knife. And
he didn't realize that was the one that actually called the cops. But there's two different sides of the story that I'm hearing now, because I want to just highlight on just what people were just talking about. They were saying that she was the aggressor. There's some people that are saying that. Whether or not she was the aggressor, she wasn't, she started the fight, she didn't. At the end of the day, I feel like there's other ways in breaking up a fight. If someone's getting jumped, your taser, you could have shot 2 warning shots. There's people that said there's security guards that break up brawls with people using knives. So it's like you resort to the gun, like you literally, like in real life, jump the gun, literally.
A lot. I feel it's sad that there are good cops out there. I will say that that are community driven and really want to change the way that we look at policemen, policewomen. But then you have some who become cops because their whole life they've been afraid, or they were bullied, or whatever. And so this is a caveat for them to, feel that sense of authority, and sometimes they just get overwrought with it. And I think that what we saw in a lot of other cases, one of their excuses is always, I feared for my life, or because they tell them like your job is just to go home every day. But my thing is, a 16-year-old girl with a knife, and you shot her, whether she was the aggressor or not. Like, you shot her. You shot her.
And there was also people that brought up many instances where white
people no more. I'm just
right. There was many instances where white people had guns. They actually had lethal weapon. Well, knife is a lethal weapon too, but they had guns and they got off scot-free. The person that shot up that church, they took him to fucking Burger King.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know how to.
Afraid when they got there, it's like even if she had a knife, or when she realized that they probably drew guns on her and they probably scared her. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. And believe you me, if you would have did those 2 warning shots, I'm willing to bet you that fight would have stopped, because hey, cops are really like revered by a lot of people. So you would shot the warning shot, it would have ended everything. But now you have to explain to yourself of why you chose what you chose, and you can say, okay, heat of passion, this, that, and the third, but like still, there was other ways. There were just other ways.
They went to jail.
But see, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know, because there's a lot of people that are very torn by this. I watched, not only were conservatives, conservatives gonna have they talk. I heard Candace Owens say what she said. Donald Trump made a statement. He wrote something. I'm like, child. And we have people on The View it was kind of torn. You know, Whoopi Goldberg was on the side of Micaiah, while Meghan McCain and actually Sarah, which I was very surprised about her response, but like they were kind of on the side of like, hey, well, we kind of don't know what was really going on, and that we need to, further investigation and get into the bottom of what happened. But I seen the video. They showed the video on The View. I mean, they only showed the part where he shot her, but I mean, what led up to it, who is who, it's still up in the air. So, I mean, I don't know.
Well, the fight don't stop.
Right. We'll see how this goes.
Right.
And it's crazy. Like people, like they did a list of all the occasions where it's like over 300 incidents this year. Like I was like, what? Because half the stuff we just didn't even know about.
Right. Oh yeah, it happens every day. Like the ones that make the news are the stories now that people are sharing, thanks to cell phones and like Twitter, and people are able to share the information a lot quicker. Otherwise, we may have never known. If it were not for cell phones, the George Floyd case, I feel like the outcome would have been totally different if there was not a like video evidence, people actually recording what was happening. We saw that around the world. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But child, I don't know. Just in other news, I got my passport.
Your passport? Where are you going?
I don't know. I got to figure out where to go. But hopefully, I just sometimes just need a break. I was thinking about that. Like, you know what? America is a lot. This experience, this is a lot. And I think I want to just
go
take a break. Right. But I just want to take a break.
Take a break.
So I got to figure out what my next trip's going to be, though. And hopefully they, have nicer police wherever I'm going.
Child, yep. Who knows, child? My
So
family wants to go to, huh?
They want to go where?
They want to go to like Puerto Rico and stuff. I'm like, have fun. Have fun. Look, I can go to Orlando again. I can brave that flight, but Puerto Rico, no.
Oh, you don't like flying? Do you like flying?
I don't. I don't. Flying is it's horrible. I mean, I have to do it eventually, but like, I don't like it. I think because I watched Flight, and that really traumatized me. Like Denzel Washington, Count Your Days, because that movie really traumatized me. That you see when that plane went upside down, and I know people said, like experts said, that can never happen because the wing would break before anything. If a commercial plane cannot go like that, but still, that shit was scary.
On where?
You never seen Flight with Denzel Washington?
Nope.
It's about his character got high as hell before flight, and something happened. They had to do emergency landing. The plane ended up going upside down, flying down. He like ended up landing on in a field. Bad people died. Yeah, like at one point it was upside down because it was something with the altitude. He had to make it go upside down for a second because it's something. I don't know what happened, but that shit was scary as hell. And I watched that as a child. I was like, "Oh, I hope I never go on a plane ever in my life."
Okay.
Yes, and I think I'm afraid of heights too. What?
Me too. Well,
there's certain buildings I don't like going into. I'm like,
I like roller coasters.
Oh no, got over that. I was like, no, I'm not. I don't want to go on no roller coaster no more. I don't know why I done turned into this scary person, but hey, we all change. But anyway, Miss Demi Lovato. Well, let's get it right into it. Demi Lovato. She lashes out again. She complains again. So what she did this time, she was calling out this Los Angeles frozen yogurt store. What's it called again?
Froyo.
Well, she called them out on social media for them having sugar-free options in their store. Like there was like sugar-free cookies or something like that, or yogurt or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, she addressed the backlash to the comments, and she originally made it over the weekend, and she said it's extremely hard to I guess go to a store and see something like fat free and stuff like that, because it kind of it's creating this diet culture, which this is not really good for people that are struggling with eating disorders and stuff. And they tried to defend themselves because they were DMing each other, they were messaging each other, and he said, well, these are not just for people that are trying to diet. These are also for people that are diabetic and have other health issues that require them to have diet products.
We have something for everybody.
And then she turned it around and was like, oh, well, y'all had bad service, and yeah, I didn't like how it was served, and this, that, and the third. She got her damn fans. She got her fanatics to sit there and comment and give them bad ratings online and stuff like that. And mind you, what pisses me off about it is because this is a small business. And like when a small business has this type of heat, it kind of looks bad. I mean, because no one cares if somebody complains about Walmart.
Right.
But like this is a smaller business, so people are like, "Oh my god, like maybe I shouldn't shop there." Like they got 1 star now. It's like you got your fans, and then she addressed it a little bit on. I don't know if you want me to play it a little because it's a whole 8 minutes, but we can like sift through it.
Oh god. Oh,
Demi
Lovato?
Yes, the Demi Lovato. That's what she had to say.
Oh girl,
I ain't gonna play the whole thing. That shit 8 minutes.
What's up, everybody?
I ain't doing all that.
It wasn't clear to me that it was for specific health needs, and so I didn't know that. Like I just took it as okay, I'm going into a froyo shop, I'm seeing sugar-free, I'm seeing this and that. If there was a sign that said celiac, vegan, I would have understood. That would have been clear messaging to me. Because it wasn't clear, I'm definitely jumped to conclusions and probably shouldn't have, gone about this the way that I have, but I'm willing to talk to this froyo shop to help get the messaging right. Another thing that a lot of people don't know, I guess it's something that must be an LA thing. A lot of people who have struggled with anorexia, I myself, like, froyo was something that I would go to because it was low in calorie and it just felt safe to me. I know that people struggle with froyo, with eating disorders. So that's why I'm super sensitive when I walk into a froyo place and I see diet stuff. Like, I'm gonna be protective. I'm protective of the little girl inside of me.
Any words about it, they call this great.
All of this diet stuff is not okay. You're worth more than that.
Anyway, it's the fact that she exemplified so many different forms of fragility.
Girl, are you done?
About this froyo situation. I get it. People with eating disorders, like, I guess this is triggering.
I've had a couple of eating disorders. I literally went through a series of them when I was younger and never been triggered by any diet food. Never saw it. It was like, oh my God. That's her experience. I think it was, I think her reaction, like she kind of jumped the gun, like she said, but jumped to conclusions. But like, we don't need an 8-minute reason. You said what you said, just move on. We're going to forget about it tomorrow. So like,
but it's the thing that Demi Lovato is always doing this shit. Like, she literally, when Zendaya had her Barbie doll, which was very controversial because she had the dreads and everything, and it was really cute. She had, and Barbie gave her a doll. And she was like, oh my goodness, like, are you going to do like a plus size doll? I would definitely model for it. Like, it's this Misha, she's pick me. Like, girl, shut up. Like, and you make it so hard for people to actually give a crap about you because you come out and you say certain things like this. Like, even with the whole thing with DMX dying, like, she was like, oh well, I was there too, and it could have been me. It really alarmed me. Like, Okay.
Right. This is not about you, girl. And she just needs to sell her album. Go sell that Dancing with the Devil.
Child, it
I
ain't
like
dancing.
Demi's voice sometimes, but as an artist, she's extremely, like her personality, like she's extremely boring to me. She's boring, and her story is like troubled and tired, if that makes sense.
I'm troubled and tired. I liked it better when she was managed by Disney. Like I like them little Disney ass pop records.
Oh hell, right.
You know,
But Demi just don't do it for me anymore like that. She just don't. She don't.
she just don't do it. She don't do
She
it.
don't do it. She don't do it. And if you can't eat frozen yogurt, bitch, go get you some ice cream. How about that?
It's just like somebody with like an alcohol problem. They get mad because they see like wine at a grocery store. Like, oh my god, I'm triggered because I'm an alcoholic and I see. Oh my god, I'm shopping somewhere and I see liquor. Like, you're gonna see it. I'm not gonna stop selling it because there's people in the world that's dealing with addiction disorders about like drinking or eating and stuff like that. You wouldn't do this to a ShopRite or like a big store.
She's making her shit their shit, and that's not fair. But I get it's good for her to voice her concern, and I'm sure there are people who may share her sentiment, and hopefully, it works out for the company. It's a learning lesson for everybody involved. But she's annoying, and I would have blocked her. She's the company was great for responding to her.
Yeah, like they just kept on texting her. I was like, child, I'd have been like, all right, don't come here again then.
Right. Like, bitch,
if it's really that serious.
Like, you can't get your froyo fix. Get a milkshake. Get off my. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting old and impatient with certain things. And some of these celebrities, and when they have their moments of these entitlement fits, like
I'd be like, Kim, people are dying.
Right. People are dying, girl. We don't care about your goddamn yogurt.
Exactly. Like, girl, make your own damn yogurt.
Like, Captain America is black. Don't nobody give a damn about your damn froyo, girl.
No.
We have important things happening in the world.
Okay.
But yeah, she should just focus on maintaining her mental and selling that album.
Well, we'll see about that album, child. But I wasn't.
We like your song. We gonna buy it.
We're all gonna buy it.
We're all gonna buy it.
Anyway, Demi. Young Miami does not want to be called Carisha. She said that very clear on a
Carisha, please.
Live. Oh, not Carisha, please. I mean, I don't know. It was like a little filler. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of weird how certain celebrities they really do not. Some of them really do not like to be called by their actual names, and it's like,
yeah, it's like being at work. It's like being at a strip club, like strippers who had a stripper name.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want people calling them by their government name, like you know them. You know what I mean?
Like know them.
The same thing.
Well, how are you with that stage name?
So depending on what people call, like, I know how you know me based on what you call me. So if you've only called me Derek or Prince Derek Doll or Prince or whatever, like I know you know me from my entertainment brand or like my public persona brand or whatever. You probably met me in that space. If you call me Alonzo, like that means that you know me outside of all of this shit, and like you're one of my friends, and like we hang out and like.
Oh well, shit, damn. Okay, well.
Well, I mean, but we're on a show. Like this is
right.
This is work. You know what I mean?
And I also was introduced to you as Derek. I found out that your actual name when we first did our episode together.
Right.
Like he was like, I was like, whoa, that's your name?
Because
I thought your name was Derek. Put the doll on it.
No. And if you call me by my middle name, that means you've known me since I was a kid. So like I literally can tell how people know me, or what environment they met me in based off what they call me. But as far as my fans are concerned, like
right,
if I don't know you from Can of Paint and you're calling me Alonzo as if we're friends, like I'm sorry. Do I know you? What? Like, do I know?
Do I know you?
Right? Have we met?
Don't call me that.
Right? Who are like? It's Prince doll to you. But
it's
no,
weird. Yeah.
Would y'all be calling Lady Gaga Stephanie? Imagine like Lady Gaga some outswing people calling her just Stephanie, or Jay-Z. Like people just start calling him Sean. You know what I mean? It's like
where do these people get these names from too? Because they're so different from their ex. Maybe that's what they always wanted to be named. I'm not saying that was your case, but they're just like so completely different than, you know.
Oh, honey, it's witchcraft. These are our.
It's the way to
protect her. It's the way to.
Oh, should I change my name? Hey, well, no, I can't because it's the Darren Green Show. I'm not changing this name anymore.
You said what you said. It ain't changing.
It ain't changing. I changed his name like 3 times. But
people started calling you by your other name. Like I know your other name. Like,
what, my middle name? Nicholas.
So, I mean, like that would be different. Like there's a different relationship with that name. Name. I have friends that call me Lonnie, and even though there are only like maybe 3 people that I allow to do that, like there's a relationship that comes with that name. So for Young Miami, her relationship with us is that we know her as Young Miami. Her relationship with Santana and Jeteria, is that her name or whatever JT's name is? Like they call her Carisha.
I don't even know JT names.
They're friends, and so now y'all got the whole world calling this girl Carisha, and it
we
just
blame that on Santana.
It breaks down the barrier for her. So she probably said, "Y'all don't call me by my government name."
Blame it on Santana.
Right.
Because he's the one that said that. We would have never known her name is actually Carisha. Shoot. Look, sometimes it's too much to say Young Miami. I gotta say both. Can I say Young? Or I can't just say Young or just say Miami. Like, ugh. All right, Young Miami.
That's her name.
I'll try to remember. Speaking of, I was watching this and I know this is like way off topic, but like I was watching this segment on The View. Joy Behar, she was about to get, and people in the comments is really, because I commented on their video. She was talking about how Caitlyn Jenner is now trying to run for like governor or whatever, and like I think unintentionally, she kind of misgendered her like 5 times, but she did misgendered Caitlyn, because Caitlyn is they were talking about how Caitlyn is trying to run for governor.
Governor of California?
Yes. You didn't hear about that? And he got wait a minute. She got mad Trump people, like people that work with Trump. It's on her campaign. And it's looking real crap. It's child. Yeah, so that's happening. But like when Joy just kept on doing it, I felt like I knew she didn't do it with no ill intent, but like the way she did it was like grandma. She
right.
Don't know
old.
the right thing. And then they made her say it again, like at the end, like it was another scene or whatever. She's like, "I'm very sorry about the miss." I'm like,
she's like, "Child, I can't keep up with all these moving parts."
He said, "I'm old. I'm tired.
I'm tired."
I was like, Joy. And I was laughing about it.
She apologized, though.
Yeah, she did apologize. Yeah. I don't think she did it to be mean or anything like that. I felt like, because sometimes, it happens.
Listen, I've been talking about gender and inclusion and equality and equity and sexuality so much over the past couple of months. Sometimes it can be exhausting, and even I forget. Shit, well, I don't even know what my pronouns are sometimes. So it's like people like,
right, when they be asking me, I'm like, he, him, his. There we go.
Him, his, ours, them. Child, woo. So it's just like, call me by my name. Call me by my name. That'd be my.
Call me by mine. Call me mine.
Yeah, but see, I'll be doing my pole dancing in heaven. Okay, where the air conditioner work.
Not where the air conditioner work. They said it's cold down there too. But no, speaking of that,
what happened?
Child Nas X in the headlines again. On Tuesday, the rapper took to social media to address those who have been saying that his success was based on his sexuality. He took to Twitter and wrote, "Y'all love saying that I'm gay for success, but name 5 successful gay rappers in the past 10 years to save your life. Y'all can't do it." Well,
Todrick Hall,
at his magnitude.
I was just talking shit.
Yeah, you are talking shit because I know you ain't bring up Todd Child. Not with the minstrels. Ooh, let me stop.
Yikes. Well,
allegedly.
Right, allegedly. So he does have a point, but that doesn't mean that his sexuality or that story or that being a leading thing wasn't a way to perpetuate or to propel his career. Because without him being gay, or without that being the controversy surrounding his name and the story and all kind of stuff, like that song would have been just like those other TikTok songs or random songs. And I think that would have been it. But his sexuality, him coming out, drove the story. It made people hopeful that hip hop and that music was going to be more inclusive, and was waiting to see how responsive people would be to it. I think his personality, because he's an Aries, he ain't gonna take nobody's shit, so he's always just been very,
He is? Wow.
His birthday is literally that. When I tell you, I used to tell people like a couple years ago, it was like Lil Nas X is literally like a 10-year younger version of me in the present, if that makes sense. Like, and it was so crazy when I found out later that his birthday is literally the day. His birthday is April 9th. So when I'm watching him now, I'm just like, yeah, this is. I'm like, I would have handled it that way. Or when I see him clapping back on people on social media, because I love being a troll sometimes.
Like he went back to back to back to back to back. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it's like, listen, my success is my success. However I got here.
Yeah.
But that's not the only reason why he's successful. And I think that when people say that, oh, you wouldn't have been successful if you weren't gay, I don't think that that's necessarily true. I don't think that. I think the pickup for him would have been a little. I think what he thought would hurt him actually helped him more.
It helped him more.
Him trying to be in the closet just to do music and not be seen in that light at the beginning, because he thought it would hinder him. I feel like if he had not come out, or if that not been that controversy, he would have been just like the rest of these other regular ass rappers, or these down low rappers that put out a song. You may hear it on Twitter, you may hear it on Instagram, and then that's it.
And it eats them up alive that they can't be.
They can't be themselves. And so him making a decision to be
just the underground rappers.
There are people who support us in that particular fighting movement. So,
and I felt like that response was also to people in the community, because I've had many conversations with gay people that said, "Oh yeah, I think he probably is faking it," or something like that. Just for, I'm like, faking it. He could have literally he could have fundamentally ended his career.
But at the beginning, he was joking about it. It seemed very performative.
It did. You said in the beginning it seemed very.
Yeah, it seemed very performative, because you didn't know whether to take him serious or not. His page started off as a stand page. It was a bar page at first, and so we hadn't even seen what he looked like until.
Okay, that was pre Old Town Road, right?
Right. Well, I mean, we've been following Lil Nas X for a while. Like, he was if you're a stan. So I guess that's different.
I'm a late stan.
Right. So the part of Twitter code, like his page was part of like the Minaj universe. Like
what I remember though, when he was blowing up, people were insinuating that he was gay because of that Twitter page.
Right.
Everybody was insinuating that he was gay. Then he came out, and there was people saying that, "Oh no, you're lying about it, or you're using it for." I'm like, so which one is it? The general public does not know.
He thought it was going to hurt him. He thought that would hurt him. And so he made the decision to withhold it. But by the time he came out, like, we live in a different world now. And I hope that, I hope that there are more artists that are going to be able to occupy that same space. And I just hope that when it comes to LGBTQ artists, that they don't do the same thing with us as they do with like Black women. where you can only have one at a time. That's like one, or like try to create that type of environment. So what I would like to see from him on his album, like I need to see him collaborating with other gay artists. I need him and Saucy Santana to do a song together, or Mikey, or I don't know. Any of them.
That Ken person, Ken Doll or something.
Ken with two N's, like Kid Ken, like
Kid
him
Ken,
too. Or me. Hi, how you doing? We do a song together as well.
Any words about it? They call this great. They say any words.
They call it great. Listen, but still, like, I'm glad he defends himself. I get enjoyment out of seeing him defend himself,
right,
and be strong in his position. He said what he said, and it ain't changing.
He ain't changing it. Okay, we said it in unison that time. Well, that is what it is. We love to see it, Lil Nas X. Now, news and music. Okay, Doja Cat spilled some new tea about her album, mind you. Kiss Me More featuring SZA went number 7 on the charts.
Oh, nice.
I expected it to do that because the song, I love these two artists, but like the song was just it was like a Say So Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Visuals was cute though. I loved the visual. The video was great.
Okay, I like Say So because it made me want to skate. But I'm trying to think, like, after seeing the video that one time that I saw it last week, I still don't know what this song sounds like. I don't I did not retain.
Let me play a piece of it because
I still cannot retain this song yet. So it's like
I'm gonna play a piece of it.
Okay, don't get a shutdown now.
That's all I'm playing. All I'm playing before we get flagged, child, because they're gonna be like, you're using material.
The song for the summer. It's like, go back outside, let the air blow.
Like if it plays, I'm not skipping it, but I'm not like paying attention. Like when you listen to something when you're not paying attention.
Yeah,
and it's like one of those.
It's like background music.
Yeah.
Very elevator.
Not. Not elevator. But yeah, I mean, hey, I can't wait. She's doing a duet with The Weeknd, and it's going to be called You Right. Mm-hmm. So I like when Weeknd does the duet. Speaking of The Weeknd, he came out with his remix. Okay. His remix to Save Your Tears featuring Ariana Grande.
The Queen of Pop.
The Queen of Pop. You know what? Yeah,
she's
okay.
The reigning Queen of Pop.
Yeah. I hear a lot of stuff.
Lady Gaga was like, here you go, Ariana. You can.
She's like, here you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, she showed these girls how to do it.
The proof was in Rain on Me. I think Rain on Me got a Grammy this year.
I think so too. Yeah. It was a good song.
Ariana, Queen of Pop.
Well, yeah. Gaga had to work with the newbies,
And she should. Beyonce got to do a song with SZA.
See, I don't know.
Why you like that? No,
I don't know. Beyonce and SZA. I mean, it could be done. But
Beyonce's working with new girls. She did a song with. I mean, if she can do a song with Meg Thee Stallion.
Well, I did hear that Doja Cat is going to be featured on her up and coming album.
Doja's going to be on Beyonce's album.
Allegedly, I heard it from like a page or whatever, like a real big page.
Damn, does Nicki Minaj know that? Somebody better tell her.
What? I mean, what? I mean, she can work with other people.
I gotta work the Queen. Flawless remix is coming out.
Look, all queens work with Beyonce.
They have to. It's gonna be great.
Nicki did it, Meg did it, and so will Doja.
It'll be great. I'm still waiting on that. I'm still waiting on Lil' Kim to get a feature with any of these important people.
Who? Let me see.
Oh God.
Not what album?
Help. What album? Oh, do you remember that? That's crazy. Like,
album. Yes, that was like our second episode together. Like,
right, album.
I'm like, what album? I'm like, what? I really did not know she came out with that. Yes.
I'm just playing. People get mad when you talk about,
Queen B.
The relics. Don't say it too loud. Pop up in our comments.
Don't pop up, please.
Speaking of rap though, like real shit. Like it has been a really rough, no pun intended, rough couple of weeks. When it comes to rap, Dean, we just lost DMX, and then Black Rob died. Hey Tyra. And then yesterday, Shock G died. And I don't know if you're old enough to remember Shock G, but do you remember Humpty Hump? Remember that song?
Yeah, do the Humpty Hump. Yeah.
Tell me, baby. Right. He was found dead in a hotel room in Tampa yesterday.
Oh my God.
It's just so sad. Like all the
wait, wasn't he Diddy's one of Diddy's artists?
Mm-hmm. So he probably was poor.
Yeah, because that was the story.
Did he keep all the money?
Right. That was I heard about it on some other site, but they said Diddy was trying to do something, when he was like, because they seen that he was, I believe, homeless or whatever, or just wasn't,
he was
working at some point. Yeah, and they said Diddy really didn't do nothing. And it's one of his artists. So that's why I said never sign with artists, because it just. Wait, what happened?
That's one thing I don't like about Diddy. I'm just like, I appreciate, you have people and you kind of admire what they. I feel like I've grown to admire his ability to build up his empire. Mm-hmm. But when I learned about the practices and how he did it, it's just like, oh, but I can't respect that. Like, I get it being a boss ass dude, but you're literally raping these people out of their livelihoods, and you're using them for their art. You're doing to Black artists what white or record labels was doing to Black artists, and
no better.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you're literally playing the game the way they played it, but you're playing your own people, and that's the part I don't like. Like, if you're gonna do this, go sign you the next Britney Spears. Go sign some Kesha. Okay? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Come out. And yes, this is really sad. It's really sad to hear when these bad boy entertainment artists, have to end up selling their albums on PayPal. Real sad.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
money. I'm just kidding.
Shut up.
Y'all better go to Death Row Records. Damn.
Not Death Row Records.
But no. So shout out to all those that have passed and their families and all those.
Well, we move from musically. We're gonna go right into. We about to start chasing this
reality check. Yes.
So, Chasing LA. Did you watch?
I watched the new episode last night, and
initial thoughts.
This is like they're an action-packed group. Like, it's like, okay, every time y'all get together, y'all gonna fight. Like, in my every time y'all get together, this is gonna be a thing. It's starting to be a pattern. Mm-hmm. There were some words thrown back and forth at the dinner from last episode between Fran and Jayla and I think Alicia. Is her name Alicia?
Alicia, yeah.
Yeah, and that whole thing made me uncomfortable. So apparently there was something that happened in the bathroom before they got to the table, and that's why Alicia addressed them the way that she did, because she heard them talking about her. But yeah, the whole I didn't like when she was like, "You're a gay man, let the woman talk," or something like that. Like, I didn't like how she did that. Like, because she literally opened the door for him to come and say exactly what we all knew he was gonna say. And it was like, God, as soon as it left his mouth, I was in the bed like, oh, Lord, you did not just get on the camera.
Are we doing this to each other?
All this Black trans woman, a man, on this TV show. You did not just do that while sitting next to another trans woman. I'm just like, this is
right, because Jayla was like, excuse. She looked back at him like, excuse me.
Right, like,
you know what I'm saying? It's like, if you call her man, what hell you thinking of me? But my thing is this: I feel that when she said that, it's like she was arguing with Jayla, and like he chimed in, like, stay out of women business. I think that was the.
But she kind of brought him in the conversation because she said that she heard that they were talking about her in the bathroom. So you're addressing two people, but I mean, even still, like, a real bitch.
And then his whole rebuttal was like, "Oh, I'm non-binary. Like, well, you misgender me too." I'm like, it was looking a little convenient at that moment. I'm like, okay, because like
that's how he identifies. So
that's how he identified, and you said that earlier on before we started recording. That's what he identified. You can see that on his social media handles and stuff like that. These people just mad. I mean, I see you. It's
like you still can be gay. Like you still can be a gay non-binary. But what was the point? Like, what was the point of her doing it? That's my thing. Like, what was the point of even saying that? Like, if you're gonna argue, just argue, y'all. Speak your piece in.
Because the problem is people just don't know what to say, so they're gonna go for the jugular.
Well,
that's how you know you lost the argument.
Communication better.
That's how you know you lost the argument, girl.
Yeah. And that's how the salad bowl fly across the table. Okay. They connect with them cheekbones because we ain't doing all this back and forth. Now, not saying that. I mean, I like Ratchet TV, but I really was hoping that LA was going to be something different. I was glad to get to see Hershey Liqueur, see her.
Yes.
Like, I like the fact that
is my favorite character on there.
Right. I like the fact that he is like he's comfortable, like he films like his scenes like out of drag, but all his confessionals are in drag, and you get a chance to see him do his craft. I'm like, okay, this is good. Like, he was gonna be good, and made King whatever his name is, King T-Pain, King Pain or whatever.
Kingpin. Like, I mean King Pain. Yeah. Oh, let me stop.
But I don't like Quan. I'm going to say
Quan
that now.
Was the one that was like boop 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 boop. Or is that no? Quan was the one that did the colorist joke.
Quan is the one that was like, y'all both dark, y'all both ugly.
Yeah.
Like,
okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
it's the colorism for me.
Right. So he's probably gonna come on the show eventually, because today we were supposed to have an interview with one of the producers of the show, but I don't know what happened or what fell through with that. I'll probably reach out to him after we get off air, and professionally address whatever happened today. But apparently she said something this is when they were at the pole dancing class. Apparently Alicia said something about them being coked up or blah 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 on her Instagram or whatever, and he got offended because he's a former addict or he used to dabble in it, and like he just went in on her. And I'm like, how you mad?
Alicia?
Right. I'm like, yeah. Alicia's just so unbothered though. She's funny. She's a funny character to me. For right now, I'm just sitting back watching, trying not to get invested in any of the characters per se. Just enjoying the
she is a little standoffish.
But I just feel like she's gonna be one of those girls. Like, you can't bother her. She reminds me a lot of T.S. Lil Kendra. Her and Jayla remind me of Lauren England and T.S. Lil Kendra, and like how their relationship kind of like they're both trans, but like it's taken a while for them to get to their sisterhood phase, like to be trans sisters. So hopefully we'll see what happens. What Jayla said last episode or last show that we did. That everybody's queen and I guess it's calmed down. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen next.
Right. I mean, it was.
I feel like I just had to say that. I don't like him. I don't like his delivery and like how he tried to like literally like call Andre and King Pain out, and then you on this show like looking musty. It was just a lot going on.
Not looking
right. I was laughing because I watched the premiere, so I was literally like watching the chat, like people were commenting as it was on, and somebody called him a rotisserie chicken, and I almost lost it.
Any words about it? They call this great.
I almost
not a rotisserie chicken. Yeah, he is a little bit. He is a little bit too much. I really didn't think much of. I feel like after that whole confessional where he said that, I was like, yeah, it's given very much. Okay.
That's clip. Like your clip for me, don't like. Yeah.
One other thing that I wanted to bring up, and I was, unfortunately, our guest wouldn't be able to show up because I was about to ask him about the Imani Van Zamp segment where sis was coming for production real bad. Like I was like, damn.
Don't be sending me none of this. She said, don't be sending me this crap to review. Like she went in and like walked off.
Yes, I was like, I mean, the production is very reminiscent of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood.
Like she pulled a real Ayana. Like she's got like
yeah. And it's like there's no video clips or just pictures, and I'm like, damn, okay.
And then she said it was just a thirst trap for Q. I was like, Lord,
child.
I was like, yeah, we definitely have to get him on air because I need to know what happened there. Like, what's the tea there?
The tea with y'all.
Like, did you like? Were we supposed to give her some? What happened?
What do you think? It's also because this is a Camber turned into producer, so it's like, why are you trying to go into this round? Like, because he was a cast member on Chasing Atlanta, right?
Right.
And then he started. Then he did. Then it was like, oh well, he's producing LA, so it's like, it's almost like. I mean, I guess I think he does a good job. I think production is great. Mm-hmm. But I think some people may be side eyeing him because it's like, oh, child.
They're hating.
Well, right. I didn't want to say it, but you know.
Right. Let's call it a thing. Look, Ayana would say, "Call a thing, beloved."
Let's call it. Oh my goodness! Next episode looks interesting. I will say. I'll be here for it. This has definitely grabbed my attention. I didn't actually. I want to go back and watch the other cities. Because this is, I was like, wow, okay. And they got a reunion at the end. I'm like, okay, this is real good. Like, this is definitely keeping my attention. I don't do nothing on Thursdays anyway. Like, I'm at work. I was watching this shit at work, laughing. Like, this is really good. I like this show. I'll be talking about it a lot more.
See, good. I'm glad I put you on. I'm trying to put you in a different space. It's good for the people.
Yeah, and it's also good to do like YouTube series, talk about YouTube series drama because that's what YouTube loves. That like people on YouTube love watching other YouTube drama and stuff.
Exactly.
You heard about not the Slay House, the some kind of house thing that they doing on Netflix?
Oh, what?
It's called. Let me see. Let me look this shit
up. The Circle?
No, it's something else. It got Nikita Dragon in it. It's a house or something, but it's supposed to be on Netflix, and I'm like, what type of house is this? Why are we? I mean. It ain't that type of house. It's like, I don't know. It's weird. But once I find out the title, I'll talk about it again because I don't have it.
Right. Right. Whatever you're talking about, no, I won't be watching it because I don't even know what the hell you're talking about now. I know.
No, I literally had it on my Instagram.
Well, Pose is coming back.
It's called The Hype House.
Oh, I don't care.
Yeah, it's like with white creators and.
I don't care about that. No.
What you was about to say? I don't care about that.
Like Pose is coming back. Are you excited?
Yes, I am. I love Pose. Like when I tell you, because I looked at this show as like kind of my looking back at my heritage. Well, not my heritage, but like our gay culture back in the day. I never knew. Like before I started watching Pose, I was like, what is this? Like, what is ballroom? Like, what they were really doing this? Like, oh my god, this is so fun. Like, it almost made me want to fucking run away when I was a child and go to New York.
Oh wow!
Like, it looked. I liked it. I mean, I liked the show. I love the culture and all that. It was really cool. I mean, I hate now that when I talk to people, they say they don't really like the younger crowd doesn't really like the ballroom scene, like it was popular back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like my generation. I'm like, what? Yeah, like I was hanging out with Nick. I was hanging out with Nick because they were doing all of them. They was at the Piers when it was still kind of hot before winter hit. Like, unfortunately, I wasn't able to go because I had to work or whatever. But I was like, no, I want to go. Like, I want to go with you because he used to go out there. I'm like, oh my god, they might start up again once it gets a little warmer. But yeah, I remember when I first watched the first season, I was like, oh my god, I want to be a part of a house and everything. Like,
I mean, you still can. It's not too late.
How do I even go about doing that? And what would I be?
You would have to find. I mean, you hang out with people who are in a house, people you actually like. And just ask, like, it's like finding your tribe.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. You're already part of the dollhouse. You're in a house already.
Yes.
Pump the beat.
I pumped the beat.
We're going to a ball.
No, I'm telling you, look, honey. And I didn't even know they do it in my town. Like people, one of Nick's friends that's really into the ballroom scene. Like he be going down to Trenton. I'm like, they be doing this in Trenton. Where am I? Like, did not know, but hey.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Now, I'm just mad that it's like we ending at 4 seasons, but okay. I mean, I get it. It's cool. Well, no, not 4 seasons. This is 3rd season, but it's all right.
Well, they had a good run. Let them folks go make some more money.
Murder to Medicine. You watched it?
I watched it. I ain't missed it. I watched it.
Yeah, it wasn't much. It wasn't much to happen. They seemed.
They went to DC. Yeah, I went to DC. I'm asking when Contessa was late.
And Toya brought
heavily off. Latoya's getting on my nerves this season.
She is.
But she's like intentionally doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just I don't understand her. Like I guess she's trying to like shake things up. But like how you going? First of all, where they were gonna sit? On my private plane? You invited 2 people. You invited people I don't mess with on a trip that I invited you on. Where they gonna stay? Where they gonna sleep at?
You did not take it to accountability.
You could
not. And your ass would have had to share a room.
Right. You were not pulling up on me on a private jet that I have booked with people that
I don't like. I don't know about the white girl, but Lisa Nicole has history with Heavenly.
I'm just like, this was messy. Toya's like being very unnecessarily messy. It's really weird. It's getting weird. But
getting weird.
I don't know
where.
We'll see
I don't know where it came from, but girl, she just ugh. And then like the whole thing.
Jackie and Simone are making up. You saw like it happened.
I was like, yay, finally. Like y'all drugged me.
I know y'all gonna keep this. Y'all were not gonna be able to keep this up all season.
I ain't talking to you, girl. Y'all know y'all love each other. Anyway.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that was it. I mean, nothing pretty much else happened. Reverend R. Sharpton was there. It was a good moment. I don't think they got into any events yet, like the demonstrations and stuff.
Yeah.
They did something, but it's probably gonna be next episode. The pace needs to be a little, we gotta hit that pavement soon because I don't know what's going on with this season.
Right, like
come on now.
Simon says him and Fallon are divorcing because she cheated. Oh no.
Simon says who?
Fallon on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was the one that was about to beat Latoya's ass.
Oh, Medusa.
Right, Medusa. Yeah, her and Simon aren't together anymore. Apparently she cheated. Like, dang.
Damn, she cheated. Damn. Drew laughing like, ah.
Why would Drew be laughing?
Not Drew, Latoya.
Latoya, yeah. She said that on Candy's show, Speak On It. She was like, yeah, they're not together anymore. And blah, blah, like, after 2 years
start talking to him, like, oop.
Oh,
poor thing. I hate to see people break up, but like, I mean, that's the way life goes sometimes. Like Cynthia said, sometimes you go through the end of the road with people. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of Real Housewives, I will definitely be talking about part 1 of the reunion on Monday on my Monday show. Derek, you're definitely invited if you want to hop on. Oh, snap. I done turned you off, girl. I did not mean to do that. You're definitely invited to attend. Yeah, what? What?
Let me go and change that. Damn. Right. I had a so well, I'll tell you next episode because by then I'll know. I'll have some more information.
Well, tell me at the after show. I want to know because I'm
right. Just keeping your prayers, y'all. Like, there's an opportunity on the table that would allow me to be a storyteller and to create some really good content, some good local content, and I'm praying that it all works out. So
right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, this is it. We're at the end of this episode. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, and I hope you've enjoyed the convo. Until next time, I am your humble host, Darren Green.
I'm Prince Derek Dahl.
And this is the Darren Green Show, signing out. Bye.
If you like what you heard, please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button and give us a 5-star rating. As always, enjoy the convo.
Whew. Yes. I guess I can put pants on.
Yes. Child, you ain't never had no.
I don't put no pants. I'm not putting